welcome on into the pre-show before the free show.
Howdy.
You got a pre-show topic.
I do have a pre-show topic. Welcome in to the pre-show before the free show. This is our last day together with Mallory and I. So if you've hated it, bear with us. You're almost done.
You're almost done.
If you've loved it, shed a tear.
Shed a tear for us.
But yes, I do have a pre-show topic today. So I was going through the Twittersphere yesterday, which is good and bad at both times. But I did see something that sparked my interest and it got me thinking. So I asked in the Slack chat what everyone thought. You don't know what this topic is yet.
No.
But for us, it's pretending that we do not work in sports and have a normal, what you could consider day job. So a normal day job most of the time is like 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say 8 to 5 and you get an hour-long lunch break. But let's just consider it's an 8-hour shift, 9 to 5.
Okay.
What is, if you were able to just choose, what is your ideal 8-hour shift? You can start as early as you want. You can start as late as you want. Based on you and your life habits, what would be your ideal 8-hour shift? 9 to 5 being the usual one.
That's hard. Because I've kind of thought about this before, kind of going through college, and I was like, okay, well, what if I didn't do sports? Like, what if I just changed my major right now and decided to do something completely different? Does teacher count?
Yeah, well, it's not even like job thing. I'm talking hours. Like, just hours. If you were at any job and the boss said you get to make your own hours as long as you work 8 hours a day, you can do that. So, like, I can give you what some of the guys said.
Okay.
Shahan said 10 to 6. So he would just
okay.
hours.
Okay.
Not talking about
Okay.
jobs, not talking about anything like that. Just hours, an 8-hour stretch. You have to do 8 hours consecutively. 9 to 5 is the typical office job.
Okay.
So Shahan said 10 to 6. So he wants to go a little bit later and enjoys starting later, working later.
Right.
Step disagreed. He's a big early bird.
Yep.
Big morning person. So 6 in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon is where he wants to go.
Okay.
Jay Plotkin, our good buddy down in Austin, said 7 to 4 would be around his thing. And so they're taking the 9-hour thing and giving an hour lunch break.
Right.
Teber threw out that he would rather work 7 to 5, which is a longer shift, but Monday through Thursday. So then you don't have to come in on Friday.
Right.
But if you had to list just an 8-hour shift, mine personally, I would go with 8 to 4.
Yep. I was just about to say that. I think that's perfect because it's not super early. It's not like step.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're waking up at 6 a.m. the crack of dawn.
Right. Yeah, he wants to start at 6.
Yeah, no. I do like the fact that you can end your day at 4 because then you've got 2 hours before quote unquote dinner time to do whatever you want. You can have dinner and then you still have a good part of your day left, Just get the work out of the way in the morning and then you're done. You can just kind of relax before the next day. I feel like 9 to 5 it's good too, but you're still like, I don't know. I guess I'm just basing this around dinner time because I love food. But when you end your day at 5, you only
Mallory's
have
like, I need time to prepare my mind mentally to destroy dinner. Darn it. Come on.
That's like where my mind, I feel like, automatically goes. So I'm thinking 9 to 5, you only have an hour or less when you drive home before dinner time. So you can't get anything done what you want to get done before dinner.
Yeah, and if you got it, if you're the one cooking, man, you're starting that like the moment you get home.
Point.
So I would say, if you want my honest opinion, if I could go half-hour starts, 7:30 to 3:30 would be a chef's kiss because I am definitely a morning person, and I feel like that's different from a lot of people that work in this office but we all work in sports. So in the fall, I'm definitely night owl. It would be a later start time. I'm perfectly fine with that. If you're talking about for us specifically in the spring, even a 7 to 3 would be ideal.
Yes.
You know, but I also realize that means I have to be ready to go at 7. So that's why, like, 7:30 to 3:30 would be perfect, because I'm a morning person anyway. I've got a lot of energy in the morning. I enjoy mornings. And it's like I would rather get in there and get all my stuff done and have an easier afternoon, because I think that 7:30 to 3:30 is absolutely perfect, because I can get in there. I can be a morning person. You get going on your day, blah, blah, blah. We do the show at noon, and then 3 hours later you're done, and you get to catch prime UV rays, like pool time. In the summer, I want to get started as early as possible, so I have as much time to go out and do whatever I want and enjoy the outside and stuff. In the winter, that completely changes. Like,
exactly.
It's whatever. I'm not going to go do stuff outside so I could work later. I'll sleep in my warm bed until it gets a little bit warmer outside and then be fine. But it's like during the summer, man, I want to get started at the crack of dawn so I can get outside and enjoy the weather.
I also feel like, too, like you mentioned, you have more energy in the morning. And so when you have more energy, you have more brain power. You know, you can think and get your work done.
Exactly.
That while after work, you can go shopping.
Yep.
You can go you can do the things that you want to do that don't require as much thinking or brain power. So yeah, totally agree with you. Much rather wake up early and then get off earlier too.
That is, so I figured we would probably be, we work the same way that way, but we
pretty much have we're on the same track of pretty much everything in life, but yeah, this too, I guess.
So there you go. We're more morning people. Tell us in the comments. Maybe we'll shout some of you out during Mailbag Friday, which is coming up soon. Mallory, hit the theme expo.
Let's go!
Free money! Free how to sing blue thing. Shot glass in your hand.
Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in a beautiful Lewisville, Texas. This is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. My name is Ashley Pickle. I'm the video director for Dave Campbell's Texas Football, a magazine, and TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Whether you are watching us live on TexasFootball.com, on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm, rounding out a week full of shows for her first time is Mallory Hartley. Girl, you're on your last day. You did it. You made it.
I did. It feels good, too. And I even told you before, this job is so much fun. Working the computer and working all the graphics and stuff while getting to talk about sports. I mean, can you get a better job than that? Really?
No.
I don't think you can. You really
pretty
can't.
stinking good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, today for our final show here, today is Tuesday, June 11th, 167 days until Thanksgiving, and June 11th is the, 35th birthday of Shia LaBeouf.
Happy birthday, Shia LaBeouf.
I think of Transformers.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I was going to say, like...
You can think of two ways. You can think of Holes, or you can think of Transformers, but I grew up on Transformers because I have a brother, and I'm sure you're the same way.
Holes... elite movie.
Yes.
Really good movie. Underratedly good movie.
Absolutely.
Today is episode 1184. There we go. All right. R.I.P. to Mallory's mentions, because the moment this hits Twitter, I'm telling you, girl, it is over with from there. But Mallory will be completely immersing herself, and I feel like this is like a big stepping stone in a TFT career, because I was able to do mine. Tepper has done his, but she will be releasing her top 10 favorite Texas high school football mascots. Remember, she's only 1 week in on the job, so like don't go as hard as you did with me and Tepper.
Yeah. Please.
But your mentions are done for. I'm letting you know that now. And then in the back half of the show, as we do every Friday, it is Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday, presented by our good friends, the North Texas Helpful Honda dealers. But before we blow up Mallory's mentions and answer your questions, which go ahead and get those questions in as we're doing that, Mallory, do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was Daniel Agnew, Aaron Arbuckle, Rob Hadaway, and Jacob John. Welcome in, fellas.
Welcome in, fellas. A veteran crew there. All right. Cue the explosion sounds. Here go the mentions. It is time for we're gonna toss this segment over to Mallory. She's going to run it from over there at the helm. But let's have some Friday fun here as we get the grand reveal of Mallory's top 10 Texas high school football mascots. And of course, as always, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. So Mallory, the floor is yours.
All right. I'm about to reveal my 10th pick overall. And it is the Winters Blizzards.
There we go. Shout out Brady Keene. All right.
Yeah. And the reason I chose this one, it's a great... The logo itself looks really cool. You got the Texas in the back, of course. Mm-hmm. And the W, in a way, it kind of looks like a blizzard. Mm-hmm. You know? It kind of looks like it's like swarming around Texas, which to me is like sort of a tornado, but also it can be a blizzard
right.
too. So I think that's really cool. And I like the blue, of course, but I think it's a pretty cool logo in general. I mean, let me know what y'all think, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like it. That's a good crowd favorite. A lot of people like it. And another thing that Tepper and I love to talk about with mascots is like if the name of where you live presents you with this beautiful gift of a name like Winters, you have to play off of that. There is no point to try and do something else. Like, take the gift that you were given, and Winters was. So that's a solid top or number 10 choice.
Yes. All right. Moving on to number 9. And it is the Pebbles Hill Spartans.
There we go. Yeah, El Paso Pebble Hills out there.
Yeah, and I've got a couple of reasons why.
Okay.
Of course, as you know, I'm a Michigan State fan.
Okay. So I should have guessed that one.
Yeah, I have to mention it. I wasn't going to mention it, but, you know, I do love my Spartans. Also, this is a cool Spartan. If you look at it, that's a cool looking Spartan. That's not just like the side of a Spartan, you know, like
that's
the normal.
Good idea. Yeah, it's a front facing.
Right. It's not like it's front facing, and it looks like it's got a mask on, like Spartans usually have a mask on, right?
Right.
And so, of course, that looks pretty cool to me. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's gonna be my 9th pick. It's cool. It's not obviously my first favorite, but I like the colors too. The orange and the blue, I think they kind of complement each other very well.
If you have not seen their football helmets, look them up. They're awesome. The Spartans helmets are very, very cool. I've never thought about it being a front-facing Spartan rather than a side-facing, but now that you say it, makes perfect sense.
Because I feel like the majority of Spartans are side-facing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever really seen a front-facing Spartans besides Pebbles Hills.
Very good point.
So,
very good point. I like it.
That's why that's my 9th pick.
All right, now on to number 8.
The Frost Polar Bears.
There we go.
And to start off, I have never heard of a mascot being the polar bears, so I think it's very original. And obviously when you think of a polar bear, you think of cute and cuddly, right? But they're secretly deadly.
Vicious.
Like they will do some harm if you come in contact with a polar bear. So yeah, why not make that a mascot? You look cute, you look cool, but you're gonna take over if you come in contact with these fellas.
Right. And I think the thing to say here is you knew for a fact, and you took a bold statement here, because you knew for a fact that there were 2 Texas high school football teams that do have the mascot polar bears, but you said kind of along those same line of the Winters Blizzards is that Frost polar bears. It was the perfect conjoining of the 2 of those to be able to do that. So yes, don't yell at her. She understands that there's 2. She was like, I don't care. I like Frost. So a woman that's honest, you'll love to see it.
Right. Someone in the comments said, I've got a winter theme going on here.
You do
like winter.
Okay, well, there you go.
So it's pretty nice. All right, moving on to number 7. And it is the Galveston Ball Golden Tornadoes.
Very good choice.
This one's pretty cool. And yes, following the theme, I know that there are other schools that like the tornado, that have the tornadoes as a mascot. But these are the golden tornadoes. They're golden, which makes it very unique to me. And, I mean, look at the tornado. It looks mean. It looks like it's about to punch you. Like, this thing's got freaking arms.
I was fixing to say, like...
That's pretty cool.
That NATO is jacked. That is jacked
mean. It looks
NATO.
Like it's going to do some damage when you come in contact with it.
It looks angry, too. Like, I don't know what you did, which everyone knows, like, tornadoes are ready to just destroy everything anyway, but that's, like, extra mad NATO.
Yeah, it looks mean.
Yeah.
And I like the gold color too. They gotta be gold. They're the golden tornadoes.
Yeah.
You know? So they gotta be gold. And I like that color gold. It's pretty.
I agree. I like when they if you're going to be something that there are other teams of, go ahead and throw the golden in there, which I know that there are other ones too, but still it does help differentiate. I like it.
Exactly. All right. Moving on to number 6.
Okay.
Yes, and it is the Texas City Stingarees.
Yes.
right there. That is part of the reason why I like the Stingarees so much, because it's not the Stingrays.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Stingarees.
Oh, yeah.
That's really the main reason why I chose them. I was like, that's pretty cool. And of course, it's very unique, too. I don't think there's another team in the state of Texas that has Stingrays or Stingarees as a mascot. And it's pretty cool looking, too.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. That one was on my top 10. I love that one. I think that was on Tepper's top 10, too. That's another universally loved one. I think the big thing here, and we've talked so much about Frost and Winters went along with the thing. Texas City did the exact same thing. When you're down there by the coast,
right?
Why not do a coastal, a sea, aquatic animal of some sort? It makes perfect sense. Love the Stingarees.
Yep.
Chef's kiss. Great pick.
It is chef's kiss.
Great pick.
All right.
Number 5. Okay, we've made it into, again, we'll go ahead and break it up here. We're Texas football today. You can get involved with the conversation. #TF today. We are revealing Mallory Hartley's top 10 Texas high school football mascot. And with that, we head in to the top 5. So number 5, who do we have?
The Hamlin Pied Pipers.
Swole Pipers.
And this is a very popular one, too. I mean, I've seen some comments already that are like, yeah, we like this. They were guessing like this was definitely in my top 10.
Yes.
So, and I'm going to let you take the reins on this one a little bit, because this was your top pick, your number 1 pick. So I'm going to let you kind of take the reins on this one. But, yeah, it's a cool mascot. You got the Texas, you got the swole guy, the color green.
Yeah. No, you're right. This was the Pied Pipers are I will proudly wear that on my chest as my favorite one. The swollenness of the Piper like gets me hyped. Like he's running. Also underrated is the fact that he's running through the state of Texas, and like part of it's black around him. And the Swole Piper will forever hold my heart. I love it. Absolutely love it. Love that it's on your top 10 list.
I do. And, of course, I went to Arlington High School, so I've been around Kelly Green my entire life. And, of course, I graduated from the University of North Texas. So that color, Kelly Green, I mean, it's special to me. You know? It's special to me, and the fact that it just makes the mascot what it is.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right, number 4.
The Wellington Skyrockets.
Very nice.
This one... Again, I think this one is original. I don't think there's another rocket or skyrockets. I could be wrong in that. But I think it looks pretty cool. Like, they kind of made the skyrocket a part of the W. And I think that looks pretty cool. You know, when you think of skyrockets, you think that's pretty dang cool.
Oh, yeah.
Skyrocket. You know? A rocket in the sky. Like, that's pretty cool. And you got the flames coming out of the end. So I think overall... It's a really cool.
Yes,
really
I
cool.
believe there is a. Let me see here. Is
there
not,
another?
No, there's definitely not another Skyrockets. Yes, there are definitely a lot of other. There are 5 other rockets. I knew Converse Judson was the Rockets, but there are 4 other teams that have rockets, but they are the only Skyrockets. Which again, if you're going to do it, separate yourself a little bit. Wellington, elite.
Exactly. It's very original.
Mm-hmm.
All right, should we move on to number 3?
Here we go. Into the top 3 we go. I'm excited now. Let's get number 3.
This one's kind of special, too. It is the Calhoun Sand Crabs! Yes!
Port Lavaca. I love it. This is one I'll admit I blatantly should have had this on my list, and I didn't.
This one
you.
This one is so cool. I mean, I've never even heard of a mascot like a crab's mascot. So the fact that they're the sand crabs, and look, he's got a pipe in his mouth right now. He's got a flag.
So he's not messing around is what you're saying. Like he's like, hey, I show up and I'm ready to get stuff done.
Yes.
You know?
If you're gonna make t-shirts, this is the logo that you're gonna want to put on it, because that's pretty cool. And to top it all off, I want to share their
actual mascot costume.
This is what it looks like.
It's so
this is what it looks like. That is so cool. I mean, in the second one, his eyes are kind of like going crazy and stuff, but that is so cool. I mean, and you don't have to wear pants with it. Like, you wear normal pants. It's just the top.
It's just the top. First, the eyes are great. Oh, look, he even has a bow tie in one of them.
Oh,
how cool is that? Big fan of that.
Right. Which kind of brings us to our next point. So don't forget to vote in our Texas High School Football Mascot Costume Challenge.
Yes.
Presented by All Star Inflatables. And yes, you can vote as much as you want. So don't forget to check out those. I think we're in the second round.
Yeah, we're in the second round. That ends at the early part of next week. So yeah, go vote on that. So very cool. Big fan of the actual mascot costume on top of it being just an awesome mascot anyway.
Right.
All right. Final 2 here. Big doings. Number 2, what do we got?
We've got the Jefferson Silver Foxes. This one was definitely one of my favorite. It was not hard to pick this as my second one, just because I love that the fox is inside of the J. I think that's really cool. And it's a silver fox. Again, it's not just the foxes. It's the silver fox. So I think that's really cool. I just love the fact that the fox is inside the J. And I love foxes, too. I think they're so. We actually used to have a pair of them in our, like, just living in our backyard.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I was like, oh, cool. We can pick them as my second favorite mascot.
Yeah, no, I like that. And again, they added a color before it, changed it up a little bit. The logo itself is really, really cool on that one. The graphic design, # graphic design is my passion.
Right.
Yes, is really dope.
Right. All right, should we move on to the last drum roll, please?
The big one, revealing Mallory's top favorite Texas high school football mascot, and it is
the New Braunfels Unicorns.
# GoCorns.
Yes, I think someone already picked it too as one of my top picks. But first of all, I've always been a fan of unicorns. Of course, like, what little kid is not a fan of unicorns?
Okay, fair, majestic.
But if you glance at it, it's a mean-looking unicorn.
Dude, you got things for swole mascots, which I respect.
I do.
Like, the bigger the muscles, Mallory's like, heck yeah, man, put that on my top 10.
But look at it. It's so swole, and it looks mean. Kind of the same concept here as the polar bears. You think of unicorns, you're like, oh, yeah, unicorns. Like, that's kind of cool. They're, like, cute and cuddly. But no, when you look at this one, that looks flat-out mean. Like, that's one that's ready to do some damage on the field right
it's
there.
legit. I have here we go. This is not even, it's not a humble brag. It's a straight up brag. It's a flex. I don't care what you want to call it. I have a 2014 New Braunfels homecoming shirt that I got we had a student council, like one of our spring retreats or something, was in New Braunfels one year, and I won a raffle prize, and I walk up and they gave me an old homecoming shirt, but it's got 2 swole unicorns on it, like ready to fight whatever school that they were playing. So that's a straight up flex. I'm not trying to hide it. I am bragging here. I've got a 2014 New Braunfels swole unicorn homecoming shirt somewhere.
I think I'm gonna need one of those, because it is, however, my top favorite. So I think I'm gonna need at least make my own. Like, you can just print that off the internet, right? And just paste it on like a blue t-shirt.
Yeah,
like,
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
Very nice. So
let's take it.
You have did you put in the graphic of all of them together?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Let's run through that. Very good job. I respect your picks. I think they were great. I like that we had some that were differing there, but Mallory's top 10 Texas high school football mascots going in order: at number 10, the Winters Blizzards; number 9, Pebble Hill Spartans; 8, Frost Polar Bears; 7, Galveston Ball Golden Tornadoes; number 6, the Texas City Stingarees; coming in at number 5, the swole Hamlin Pied Pipers; at number 4, the Wellington Skyrockets; I really am surprised at number 3, the Port Lavaca Calhoun Sand Crabs, because I've heard nothing but sand crab talk conversation from you for like the past 24 hours.
That one, I sitting here, I kind of, it might be my top pick.
Number 2, the Jefferson Silver Foxes, and number 1, those swole New Braunfels Unicorns. Very good list. Good job on that. I know that you genuinely took a lot of pride in this list. Like, you spent a lot of time looking and making sure you figured out I thought it was interesting too, because you made sure that you got the logo that you like best. Like the logo that, because most schools have like alternate logos or throwback logos or whatever. You found the ones that you liked best and made it your own, and I thought that was really cool.
Right. Like, we used ScoreStream to pull the logos off, because it's just easier that way, because they come in PDF form. And the Sand Crabs logo on there was just a CHS. And I was like, that's not going to work for me. I'm sorry. No. Like, I need to
I'm going to need a better sand crab from you.
Yes. To make my case as to why it's in my top 3, I had to find a good Sand Crabs logo. And I did. I found my favorite one. It's got a pipe in its mouth. Like, that's so cool. And it's got a flag. So that
very
right there.
Good. Well, there it is. Mallory's top 10 Texas high school football mascots. If you want to yell at her, you can. Follow her on Twitter. She's on there. What is your Twitter handle?
It's
Mallory _ Hartley.
At Mallory Hartley.
At Mallory Hartley.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't have to put the underscore in there.
I didn't.
Nice.
It's just flat out my name.
I was like, I just type it in and it pops up, so I don't know. But at Mallory Hartley on Twitter, we'll have those. So tell her what she missed. Yell at her. Welcome her into TFT the only way we know how. Getting yelled at on Twitter.
I appreciate that. Please do.
Very good
list.
Make
me feel welcome.
Very good list.
I started this like last week too. I mean, I put time into it.
I was gonna say, yeah. We gave her time to think about it so she could make sure she got her top list, and then we get all the way through, and she's like, I might need to switch that list around. So it happens every time. The more you talk about it, the more it switches.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
We are Texas Football Today. We are here every weekday talking football in the Lone Star State. And we hope that if you like this show, if you like what we do at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, that you'll become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. It helps us be able to make stuff like this. And obviously, it's been a different week here. Tepper hasn't been sitting in his chair. We've had a lot of switcheroos going around. We've had Ish and Shahan in the Republic of Football yesterday. If you loved yesterday's show, which we really hope that you did with Ish and Shahan, they have their own podcast, Republic of Football. It's on TexasFootball.com. If you subscribe, you get to hear their thoughts on all things college football. If you're a big college football fan, that's where you can go. And the other thing is, too, this baby right here, the 62nd edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine. It's got the new crew, the A&M defense, on the main cover. Coach Scott Surratt of the Carthage Bulldogs, the Lord of the Rings, on our gatefold cover, highlighting some Texas high school football. We preview more than 1,400 schools in it. We've got college breakdowns. We have everything that you could possibly want. Like Shahan said yesterday, as he stated that Tepper's not here because he went to the publisher, grabbed him by the neck and said, listen, you're going to give these people 2 more days to subscribe, and we can guarantee that you will get it in the mail. So we were told by our big bosses, the ones who actually make the decision, we're just here talking nonsense, but the ones that actually keep this company on its feet, that actually today we were able to extend it for 2 days, that if you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe today, by the end of day today, and I'm serious that this will actually be the last one, they graced you with 2 extra days, so if you miss it, go ahead and do it now. But texasfootball.com/subscribe, we can guarantee that you will get this baby and all 400 pages that comes along with it in your mailbox when subscribers get it. So today literally is the last day. I know I said that Wednesday. We thought that was the case, but they were able to push it through and say, can we mail this out priority and get it out quick? And they did it. So please don't wait this time. But it will, for those of you, if you don't subscribe, it will be coming in July-ish. But hashtag miss the FOMO.
Remember, that's what Shahan said yesterday. That's where Tepper is.
Yeah, exactly.
He wanted to
He marched up there.
Right, he wanted to get it extended, so that's what he did. That's why he's not here.
So texasfootball.com/subscribe to make sure that happens. All right. Our last and final segment of this odd, crazy carousel of a week will, of course, be Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday, brought to you by our buddies at the North Texas Helpful Honda dealers, who want to do what, Mallory?
The North Texas Honda dealers want to help you score some great deals on award-winning Hondas. Stop by your Helpful Honda dealer today or visit NorthTexasHondaDealers.com.
Yes, so North Texas Honda dealers, they're very helpful, and we're going to try and help y'all out here by answering some of your questions. Yes. I've seen some of them start coming in. You've still got time. We'll go a little long today. Why not?
Who cares?
And so, Mallory, do we have any questions?
Yes, I've got one right here. Let me pull it up. It's the first one I have. It says, in Katy Perry's Fireworks song, she said, "Baby, you're a firework. So when you were a baby, what type of firework would your parents describe you as?" That's a good one. I like that.
Y'all want another fireworks show, man? All right. We had one last time. My favorite part of our last fireworks show was Step saying that he would be like the big firework, and he goes... So that's great.
Would.
Tepper, we decided, was the sparkler. Not a lot there. Doesn't last very long. Like, just kind of poof, and then he's done. Like, you take what you get. You know what you're getting in a sparkler.
That's so funny.
As a baby, though?
Yeah. I cried a little bit as a baby.
Okay.
So, probably a big one, honestly.
A big one, like a big, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to put in a perspective, because I do love, like, fireworks are one of my, like, peak joys in life, which I'm really excited that, like, hopefully we actually get to, like, go to fireworks shows this year for 4th of July, because last year watching on my TV was, like, great, because I was staying safe, but it wasn't very fun. I love the ones that go up and make a big explosion, but then they like all the pretty ones that just kind of keep going.
Down. Yeah, that one's a good one, too.
I don't know if Trisha LP is in the comments here. I don't think I was, like, a terrible, terrible baby, but I might have been.
I wasn't too bad, so I wouldn't say like a big giant one.
Yeah.
But I caused a little bit of ruckus.
Yeah.
So maybe just a little like.
I've always been like loud. Like I think I was probably a big explosion as a baby, just because I don't think I cried like super often, but when I did, I was going to be heard, which tracks. I'm still the same.
You are. No surprise there.
I don't like come in hot often, but when I do, like, hello, I'm there. So I guess, some things never change.
No, that's okay though. That's okay.
I guess if anything, it would be kind of a big boom. Like if I'm in a room, you're gonna know that I'm in a room.
Hey, that's okay. That is definitely okay. I've got our next question.
All right.
This one, I love this question. It says, should there be a 7-on-7 for girls? I mean, like that question a lot, because if you haven't seen our sweatshirts,
there's a side thing in there. Not Hawaiian Shirt Friday, because there was a more important message to be brought today. Women belong in sports.
They sure do.
How about that? How about them apples?
Thank you, by the way, for the sweatshirt.
You're welcome.
It was a nice crowd gift.
It was her. Yeah, so that's the funny thing. I've had this sweatshirt for quite a while. Just was waiting for the right time to whip it out. And then when Mallory was graduating, I was like, well, she needs a graduation gift. What could she use? What could I get her? And I was like, oh, shoot, I know exactly what I should get her. So we decided to wear them today. So, yeah, we figured, you've been to everyone that has been watching this show all week, like you could have said, it's two girls talking sports. I'm not about that. There are still people that are like that, but all of you have showed out. You've been awesome. You've trusted us to handle this show for the week and talk football and listen to our opinions. And so we wanted to thank y'all, and y'all are a big part of making this happen. So we really do. We genuinely appreciate everyone, but that's besides the point. That's why there's no Hawaiian shirts. But for this, I mean, yeah, at least I would say that there should be, I don't know if, obviously it couldn't be there's no way it could be a UIL sanctioned sport or anything like that, but
club, because I'm sure there's
why not clubs?
Club football around. I mean, there's definitely girls who play football around. I mean, I definitely played co-ed, I think it was flag football my freshman year of college, so there's definitely things that girls can join. Maybe not a UIL
No,
sport,
it's not. We're not, and especially, and just because, realistically speaking, there is volleyball and basketball going on while there's football going on. So it's kind of one of those things, like there's already something in its place. Now at big schools, like 6A schools, sure, go for it. Like at the smaller schools, it just doesn't work because you don't have the numbers. I understand that it can't be a UIL sanctioned sport, but there is absolutely no reason that there should be a chess club and that there can't be girls playing 7-on-7. Did you play powder puff in high school?
I did. Oh man, those are my good old days.
Oh yeah, the TNT faithful has seen my powder puff highlight reels.
Yeah, I think I switched around a bunch. I played quarterback. I was a DB my junior year, man, that was fun. That's my favorite. If I could pick any position to play in football, it'd be a DB.
Me too. That's 110%. I was
For
big
sure.
time. I was wide receiver, DB. Switch both ways. DB is where I made. It's where I made my cake right there.
It's so fun. You don't have to worry about catching the ball, for the most part. But if you want to pick it off, reach your hand up.
There was nothing better than getting an interception.
It's not like
there is
it's
no
not
better
as
feeling.
Structured as if you were a wide receiver.
No, it was
So
I don't see why. I mean, someone do that.
Yes.
Start some girls 7-on-7 leagues. We'll go out there.
Yeah. All right. You want to do another question?
Yeah.
Okay. This one, Step said. He said, "This year's State 7-on-7 is the first one for both of you. What are you looking forward to and dreading the most?"
Ooh, okay. What I have loved the most about 7-on-7 is being able to, one, just like the normalcy of it is what I'm most excited for, because I know that a lot of people here weren't even at like live games and stuff throughout the year. They were streaming. Why not watch them at home at that point? For us, it was like with our line of work doing the sideline reporting, we had to go to the games and stuff, and it was great last year in a normal season. But being able to be out there like immersed in football again, just one, feels great, but the other thing too is being able to talk to the coaches and build that relationship when they're not sitting there completely stressed out and stuff. And coaches have always been so great to me on the sideline and everything. It's always great, but it's a different thing. But getting to go down there and experience it and just be around people again, I would say that's what I'm most excited for. Dreading?
I've got one for dreading.
I've heard that it's a sauna.
Yeah,
it's just hot out there, which, to each their own. Now that we're expecting that, I think it's great. But, I know me, I have to remember to stop and drink water.
Yes,
I have got to remember, we need to have, an alarm go off every 45 minutes that's saying, go chug a water bottle.
No, I know. I'm the worst about drinking water, especially at events where I'm super busy. I just don't really think about it. I might be thirsty, but I just don't think about it. So yes, setting an alarm to drink water is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
We will definitely need it.
But yeah, being around the coaches when they're chill is great. I've also heard a bunch of stories, and this is something that shouldn't be as exciting as it is, but I feel like all you dorks are gonna know exactly where I'm coming from. Apparently we make a run to HEB the night that we get there for snacks and stuff, and I just feel like the whole squad rolling up in the swag wagon ready to storm into this HEB, victory formation going into this HEB. I feel like that's gonna be a power move. We're here.
Right.
We're ready to mess stuff up. Let's go. And too, HEB is just great because we don't have it here, and I miss it, and I can't wait for it to come up to DFW.
We don't have one, so of course we're gonna all go as a group to one to get snacks. Absolutely.
So I'm excited for the HEB trip. I heard that Ish is really good at picking out apples or something. I don't know. There's a lot of backstories that go into this that I'm interested to just see it all come into fruition.
Absolutely. Do we have time for another one?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got one here. I don't know if you missed it. Did you get one from Matthew McSpadden here? He asked do either of y'all like roller coasters? Did you have that one?
I did not see that one.
I'm interested to hear your take because I don't think that we've ever talked about this before.
I absolutely love roller
God
coasters.
bless.
The scarier the roller coaster is, the higher the roller coaster is, the better. If it has loops in it where you go upside down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my take on it. I really don't have anything else for you, but the bigger the better.
See, I don't know if you know this. I know that some of the people watching this show know this. I don't know. We're however many episodes in. We're beating a dead horse half the time. But my family, when Jake's my younger brother, when we got old enough to really start going on bigger trips and actually remembering it and stuff, the Pickles traveled the U.S. going to different amusement parks. So if you have a Six Flags season pass, shout out Six Flags if you want to sponsor us, we'll send you your invoice. But if you have a season pass, the gold level, you can go to any park for free, just your pass. So my parents were super smart because they're they'll think that we're treating them to all this stuff, and really they made a one-time payment, and it was hours of fun, and it's your whole day amount of fun. So
exactly.
But there's 13 total Six Flags parks. One of them's in Canada. Shout out Matt Stepp. Another one is in Mexico. And so there's 11 in the U.S., and we've been to 8 out of the 11 in the U.S., which has been really cool. But so, not only do I, love roller coasters, I'm kind of like junkie. Like I'm a nerd about it too because we used to watch all the like they had the shows on the Discovery Channel and stuff like that about like like coaster wars and stuff. Like we would watch and like legitimately look up like all the inner workings of the coaster and like how much velocity do you have and like all that. So like if you want to sit down and just have me talk for like 4 hours, let's have a show about roller coasters because I could go.
Podcast about roller coasters.
I could go with roller coasters.
What's your favorite roller coaster at Six Flags? Out the top of your head, go. Favorite roller coaster at this Six Flags location, Arlington.
In Arlington?
Yes.
The Titan. Yep. You got to go with the Titan. It's great. It's the mega coaster. But ever since they redid the Texas Giant, when they made the Texas Giant a hybrid coaster with the wooden track and the steel, it's the steel track, the wooden stability part of it, they put the inverted drop in there. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But the mega coaster of the Titan just you can't beat it.
Yep, I agree with you.
You can't beat it.
I like Mr. Freeze, but yeah.
Titan's cool too. It's reverse. The reverse blast now. Cool. My hair always like I gotta have my hair up there.
I love it.
All right, that'll do. Do we have one more you want to do, or are we ending this?
Well, we could. I've got a couple more, but
do we have an ender, a big ender, or?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Who is your all-time favorite woman athlete? I like that.
Ooh, that's
a
good.
Really good one.
I mean,
there's so many good ones. That's the problem.
Man.
I've got one.
Okay.
And it's more recent, but I love Simone Biles.
Yep.
I'm a gymnastics nerd anyway, so just the fact that she is probably the best gymnast in the world.
Yeah.
She is the best gymnast in the world. I'm going to put my foot down and say it. I mean, she wins constantly, right? And she just set a new record, 7th national title for her. That is a new record. So she's by far my favorite woman athlete. So, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to say. I know she's a little bit more new, but...
No, I love it, though.
I love her.
It's real hard for me to choose between Diana and Sue Bird. It's a debate anyway as to which one of them are, like, the top WNBA athlete of all time.
Yeah,
but to choose between them, also, like, the women's soccer team, the U.S. women's soccer team is full of so many of them.
Oh,
you know, it's like, that's...
gosh,
how do you... it's hard to narrow that down. I would...
You got
Diana
go by
or
sport.
Sue, I just can't. I literally can't make the choice between the two of them. If I absolutely had to, I would say Sue is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But those two are. It's so hard. That is terribly hard.
You almost have to go by sport. It's hard to just pick an overarching.
Yeah. That's the other thing
that
goes into it. But no, you're absolutely right with Simone. Just she's climbing the ladder quickly. Yeah. Just because that's the other thing. Like. It's just crazy because we talked about this a little bit earlier with something, and I know we're going long, but we're just going to do it anyway. Yep. We talked about this earlier when we started talking about the Olympics, but the thing for me is, like, I understand the inner workings of basketball, like, to its core. Whether you're talking about women's basketball, men's basketball, and same thing. Basketball is basketball. I love the depth of basketball that I can recognize with them, like, hey, this is awesome. Like, what they're doing is, oh, shoot.
Right. If you didn't just see that, the sun just fell. What a great, that might just be a, hey, you're going long. Let's not do this anymore.
The studio literally said, get out.
We're over.
So sick of hearing you talking anyway.
On
that note, we're done.
We're done.
I just wish you would have been on camera.
We're done. It's over.
Okay. That's going to do it for us. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. We hope that you will give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Gambles, Instagram, Twitter. You know where we're at. Thank y'all so much for spending the week with Mallory and I. Literally, we can't tell you how much it meant to us that y'all continue to support this show the way that you did. But clearly, it is time for us to be done with our nonsense.
Yes.
So thank y'all very, very much for everything. For Mallory Hartley, I'm Ashley Pickle. Vince Young, it's a craziness in here. Come get your Player of the Year trophy.
Just come get it.
We will see all you dorks Monday on Texas Football Today.